Hey, buddy, what's up?
Not much. I let you hear the jingle a little bit more.
So what now?
I let you hear the jingle a little bit longer this time.
It was actually the perfect amount of jingle.
Good, good.
Not too much, not too little. It was just a good right up the middle jingle. What you been up to, buddy?
Sleeping.
Yeah, I actually just got off of work, so I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. You work nights though, right?
I work only nights.
Yeah. See, I don't know if like on.
Hello? Oh man, this early, huh? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. That was weird. Cut us off there.
Okay. Yeah, that was weird. I was just about to tell you. Like, I think like we had our first very early issue with the
Yeah,
system.
I mean, we can't have an episode without hitching the recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's just a new one.
yeah. So you're just waking up. I'm actually after we're done with this podcast, uh, first episode of the retro games that aren't on the list
Nice.
that we've been making, and whenever I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna pull out the Steam Deck and I'm going to like the episode 2 of that series is gonna be it's 5 different Marvel games on the NES, and I've kind of like I don't know if you've like taken a gander at that spreadsheet that I sent you, but I have like gone through meticulously and like picked out games and stuff, and like if they fit into like a category together, I like bunched it in like groups of. And what I
Interesting.
found out on the what I found out is that talking about 3 games on the NES just does not take up a lot of time because 3 games on the NES that's like 2 hours worth of game time, and
Yeah.
like especially with them just getting up to I haven't done any in a while, but I've gotten up to the PS1 era of making episodes, and there are so many Marvel games, and there's a lot of Marvel
Oh yeah.
episodes coming. I think the one I'm the first game is like a Silver Surfer like game. There
All right.
is a Punisher. There's a Punisher game. There is an X-Men game. There's a Captain America and the Avengers game, and I want to say I think Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace or something. No, it's something with the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically that series, Leo and I are gonna be talking about 10 games from each system. But this series is just something that I can do when Leo can't make a podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's basically just me going through all the games that I wanted to play when I was a kid, but didn't have the means to. And the Steam Deck allegedly lets me do that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, speaking of alleged stuff, and I've been talking to you a lot about the new Zelda game that came out, and boy, do I have to eat crow because I was trashing that game so hard, but it is easily like I haven't even I just started one of the main quests, like one of them. Like I'm doing other things in the game, just like exploring the map. It is so good. It runs so good. Uh,
Nice.
game.
I am actually really
Uh,
happy that that we were wrong about it. I mean, I do like it when actually great games come out.
I mean, it's just it's just one of those things that when it came out and I started seeing the memes, I was like, I haven't seen this since Elden Ring came out last year, and it's pretty much the. I'm assuming you know what the Koroks are.
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
from Wind Waker.
Oh, they're in Wind Waker. I thought they were just a Breath of the Wild thing, but I haven't played Wind Waker in a real long
No, Wind Waker first appearance.
time. But yeah, so people, the viral thing right now are people just torturing these poor Koroks. They,
Okay, so that explains all the crucified, all the
yes,
crucifixes I've seen
yeah,
with
they are.
flamethrowers.
Yeah, they're crucifying them. They're putting over. They're putting them on like a spit roast thing. There was one where they attached a Korok to a rocket and launched him into space. There, there was one where they literally. So the basis of these new Koroks, I don't know. There's like the normal ones from Breath of the Wild where you just find them and they give you one seed. But then
Yeah.
there's these other ones where you find them and they've got this big backpack on, and they're like, "Hey, my friend's over there, but I can't get there because I'm too tired to move." So you get this Korok from point A to point B, and some of them are like very far away. And I will say this is very frustrating. It does not mark it on your map for you. You just have to look for the smoke signal.
Are
And
they good smoke
like
signals?
they're good smoke signals, but
Okay.
okay. So how? But okay. So here's the thing. They it'll go like, "Hey, my friend's over there," and the camera will pan to where it is, but then it'll pan back, and then you have no idea where it is. You have to just kind of like spin around till you find it again.
Oh, that
And
sounds annoying.
yeah, and that's why these people are being so mean to these guys. Because like I mean, there was one where the Korok was like at the bottom of a cliff, and his friend was like at the top of the cliff. So they put him on they took a wooden board and attached like some wheels to each end and a rocket on the back. They attached him to the cart and shot him up the mountain.
That's called expressway.
And what makes it even funnier is like when you do something like that, you can like see the Korok screaming the whole way.
Oh man, I think if people are just
There,
kind of pissed about like the rewards for their quest from the last game.
yeah, I can tell you one thing right now that I'm gonna wait for somebody to tell me what the reward finding off the Koroks are, and until that moment, I am not doing all of them. Like I'm gonna do the ones I can find as I find them, because the Korok seeds can like upgrade your inventory, and that's really useful. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like I am not gonna go all that way. What was it? The first game, just a puddle of poop or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because there the IGN interactive map for Tears of the Kingdom is so insane, and like the world is so filled with crap that it slowed my gaming computer down when I loaded it, and like all the icons loaded in,
Damn.
and I had to take the time to slowly like take out the things that I didn't want to see at the moment. Like right now, I pulled up the interactive map and I just pulled up to show me where the shrines are because the I didn't really play that much Breath of the Wild, just enough to annoy me. And uh, the shrines, I don't remember. Was it you did 4 shrines and you can upgrade your heart or your stamina? Do you know?
I don't know actually because I never got the chance to play it, but I'm guessing if it's standard Zelda, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because
Four
that's
heart
basically how it
pieces, you
works.
know.
Yeah, that's basically how this one works. You get 4 blessings of light from each one of these shrines, and you can go to find a goddess statue, and you can either upgrade your stamina or you can upgrade your hearts. And right now, it's just like a slight spoiler. The Master Sword this time around is based on stamina and not hearts. Like in Breath of the Wild, you had to have like a certain amount of hearts to pull the Master Sword out,
Yeah.
and you can actually get the Master Sword as soon as you start the open world portion of the game. It's just finding where it is kind of like there's 3 different. You can just find it, or you could do 2 different quest lines, and each one will give you the location of where it is. Uh, but and it's not something you can just look at a map and find it because the location moves. So like if you do the 2 quest lines, like either one of the 2 quest lines, you can like you'll always see where it is on the map. And when it moves, you'll see where it moves to. But like it's just a thing where like I'm trying to upgrade my stamina to go and get the Master Sword. And the other half of it is I tried to do one of the quest lines and it is so hard. It is so hard. Uh, but yeah, the and I plan on doing a podcast where I talk about just like just doing a Tears of the Kingdom review. But The map is like from somebody that didn't play all the way through Breath of the Wild. Just Hyrule in itself. Like if it was just Hyrule again, I would have been fine because I've never seen that map before. But the map size is doubled, almost tripled that of Breath of the Wild.
Damn.
There's an entire underground section, and then there's an entire like section in the sky. This is probably, I don't know how they fit this game into 16 gigabytes.
I don't know either, man. I don't know.
But
Sometimes they do magic.
yeah, every now and then Nintendo does magic, uh, and just one more Nintendo thing while we're on this. Before Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was playing Pokemon Scarlet, and let me tell you, that game still runs horribly. But it is also is it also one of the best Pokemon games ever made? You betcha. That game is so good. It it pretty much completely eliminates grinding, which I mean that with the experience share, that was already kind of out of the way. But I
Oh, I
still
kind of
found
hate
myself.
that part.
What
I hate
experience
having.
share?
Yeah, I hate that.
You prefer just training them one at a time?
Yeah, I actually kind of do. You could say I'm more of a
No.
classic Pokemon player.
Yeah. See, I've played every Pokemon game except for Black and White 2 and then Ultra Sun and Moon. Those are the only two that I missed.
I love Black
And
and White 1 and 2.
yeah,
Those
see,
are actually my favorites.
yeah. So Black and White. I think it was Pokemon Black that I played. I remember they kind of do weird things with the colors on that one. Is it Pokemon Black has the black one, or is Pokemon Black have the white one? Because I remember they kind of switched the colors
Okay,
around.
Pokemon Black lets you get lets you get the Reshiram. Pokemon
Okay,
White lets you get Zekrom, and then it's completely reversed in Black and White, where you actually get the.
okay, that's what I thought. I played Pokemon White, uh, but yeah, like I played the first one, and for some reason, I never played the second one, and I always regretted that because I remember when they announced Pokemon Black and White 2, I had not played Black and White 1 yet. So I just remember completely missing out when release day came, and I rode with Tanner and Jacob to go get their copies. And
Oh
I was just in the
no!
back. I was just in the back seat while they were playing. And I was like, that looks cool. I want to play. But yeah, I mean, they have these, I think they're called Terra Raids. And basically, you can go in, and there's a giant version of, a Pokemon. And they're I don't remember the word for it, but it's basically they're crystal Pokemon, and when you crystallize your Pokemon, sometimes it's basically just like Dynamax was, but other times it completely changes their type, and so you can't just like look at the Pokemon and be like, okay, I've got to use this one. You've got to look at what kind of raid it is, and then go from there to decide which Pokemon that you want to use for that raid. And after you beat the raid, you have as far as I can tell, you can choose to catch the Pokemon or not catch it. But if you choose to catch it, the catch rate is 100% no matter what ball you. Because I have not failed to catch one once.
Wow.
And after you catch said Pokemon, it doesn't matter what you like. That's not even, like I've caught some okay Pokemon from this, but the biggest reason that I do these is because you get these experience candies, and you can use them to. I went from a level 25 Pokemon, and I did a few Terra Raid battles, and I got him to 32 in like a few minutes,
Not bad.
and it just really helps the gameplay, kind of go forward. And the only thing that I'll say that I don't kind of like is I don't like they kind of leave it open to you to decide where you want to go, but they don't. There's no level scaling, so there still is a particular path that you have to take, or you're going to be overwhelmed. And I wish that they would have just kept it the way it was, or do level scaling, because if you're going to let somebody go wherever they want, you should make it to where they can actually go wherever they want.
Yeah, especially considering how like Pokemon is not exactly like an extremely difficult game. Like I mean like player-wise, let's face it, the game's made for children. It's not made for
Yeah,
adults. So I feel like
but it's
I feel
mainly
you
us
have
adults playing it.
yeah, I know, but they don't. Let's face it, Nintendo does not make it for us.
No.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would have Pokemon Colosseum 2.
Oh my god, dude! I think about Pokemon Coliseum a lot. Now, actually, going through like all these games I never got a chance to play, I never got to play. I think it was called Battle Revolution on the Wii. I never got to play that one.
I didn't get to play that one either, but I'm not too worried about it since that's not that doesn't have a story and it's just a battle game.
Yeah, that's fair. And also, this is probably going to be like one of the only times that I cuss on the show. I caught a Dratini, and that little bastard won't listen to me because
What
I
do you
didn't
catch?
notice a Dratini.
Oh,
Because he was in a zone where he should have been like the right level for me to catch and for him to listen to me. But I showed up with my level 30 Pokemon, and this Dratini's level 50, and I was so excited to catch him, and then after I caught him, I remembered he's not going to listen to me. He's not going to listen to me because I don't have the right amount of gym badges yet.
bitch didn't
And
have enough badges to train me.
but now I'm pretty sure this is right. Uh, isn't it a thing to where you like in the older Pokemon games, if you didn't have enough gym badges, there was still a chance that they would still do what you said?
Yeah,
Okay,
or either
either
that, they fall asleep, or they do a random attack.
yeah. So either mine, I just have really bad luck, or this Dratini just does not want. He will kill himself before he will listen to me. He's literally done that before. Like I said, Dratini used Dragon Rage, and he straight up hit himself and died.
It's like no explosion, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not listening to you, fat man, and he just died. Oh, but more Nintendo discussions for another day. We've got to talk about some Resident Evil today.
Oh, you actually got
And
me. You got me started and Pokemon. I was kind of
oh,
so happy.
I'm sure that we'll have plenty of times to talk about Pokemon.
I know.
And that stupid little Dratini. Anyway,
Oh,
Resident Evil
you
2 and 3 remake.
we talk about Dratini. Keep thinking of the one I actually made with perfect IVs and extreme
Oh,
speed.
okay. So maybe you know what? We're gonna talk about Pokemon this episode. We'll talk about Resident Evil another day. So I there's this Facebook group I'm a part of, and they
Mhm.
literally they only play ROM hacks, right? They only play ROM hacks.
Yeah,
Have you seen
a lot of my friends here only do like play ROM hacks.
Have you seen Pokemon Infinite Fusion?
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Okay, so basically, I think it's just a ROM hack of. Uh, I think it's basically like a ROM hack of Soul Silver and Heart Gold, where
Good.
you go through you go through Johto and then you go through Kanto. I think. But the twist is that you can fuse your Pokemon together, and
Interesting.
there are some abominations out there. Let me tell you,
Always.
there are some. Like I want to say, I saw a Ditto fusing the Machamp one time, and it's exactly what you think it would be.
I just think of a puzzle screaming out, "Help me!"
There was one that was really cool where it was an Articuno fused with Zapdos, and it was one of the coolest Pokemon designs I've ever seen.
I mean, it does sound
I
pretty cool.
Yeah, these days I'm gonna have like next time I see them, I'm gonna start sending them to you because like every time I see them, I'm like, what a monstrosity! That thing is begging for help.
It's thing to be put down.
Kill me. I'm actually about to pull out because I before I got into Tears of the Kingdom, I did get Infinite Fusion installed on my Steam Deck because it's actually a little bit different. It's not just like a ROM you can download. You have to actually install it like a normal game.
Oh wow!
And yeah, and it's actually pretty large for a Pokemon ROM, like a Pokemon ROM hack. Like usually they're, like a few hundred megabytes of that, but this one was close to 2 gigs. I want to say.
I'm guessing it's for all the fusions.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm pretty sure all the maybe I think maybe all the Pokemon except for the ones introduced in Scarlet and Violet, but I think all the other ones are in the game.
Oh wow, yeah, they added a lot. No wonder it's so heavy.
And I think it. I don't know if it's like Radical Red where the gym leaders have like different teams. That might be a thing too. Have you heard of
Oh,
Radical Red?
I mean the name sounds familiar.
It's basically they took Pokemon Fire Red and they made it really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
And they like all the gym leaders have different teams. Like they're like when you get to Brock, I don't think it's gonna be just like Geodude and Onyx. I think he's got like a full roster on his like yeah, like every gym leader has 6 Pokemon, I think. And they're all really strong Pokemon.
That sounds up my alley. Because I usually like when I stopped playing Pokemon, all I was doing was playing Nuzlocke since I found the story to be too easy.
Yeah, and actually, I think they have those modes like built into the game, so like you don't have to like do those things yourself. You just like you go into the settings of the game and you can say, "Hey, I want to do a Nuzlocke run," and you can also turn on like the randomizer and stuff like that. I've
Ooh,
seen a couple. I've seen a couple people play the game and they get Arceus for their starter.
yeah, that's a little too OP for a starter. Just a
I'm
little.
going. I'm going through to see. Yeah, I actually. I'm gonna boot Infinite Fusion up while we. Oh well, no, I'm not. Why are you not listening to me?
Because it's Dratini.
Yeah, it's not. I'm actually not a high enough level to play this game.
Exactly.
I
You
need
need
I
more
need five.
badges.
I need 5 badges. I only have 4. Uh, going back to Pokemon Scarlet though, they had the team I think yeah Team Star, like one of the three because you have 3 different campaigns, quote unquote, and one of them is to take down Team Star.
All right.
And yeah, they have a thing where basically you have to go to these bases, and you sometimes you have to beat them by that front, sometimes you don't. And basically, you have to do this little mini. It's like a weird little mini game where you have to just destroy a few Pokemon, like 30 Pokemon. But it's like not in Pokemon battles. You're just kind of spamming the R button to send out your Pokemon, and they just kind of auto battle it out.
Oh,
And then you fight the Pokemon Star leader, like for like whatever There's like a fire squad and a dark squad and stuff like that. And when you fight the squad leader, they're on
yeah.
top of a giant car, and you battle their Pokemon on top of the car, and then you have to fight the car, which is also a Pokemon apparently. And I was actually surprised on how much I cared about the storyline of these Pokemon Star guys because when they first got introduced, I was like, I don't care for these guys at all. I think they're stupid. And then I started to hear their backstories. It's like, crap, I care.
Dude, you're you're gonna enjoy Black and White so much when you play him.
Well, yeah, I remember playing the original Black and White and be like, oh, these people have actual motivations.
Yeah.
Okay, so I cannot get Pokemon Infinite Fusion to load, but I can see a Magikarp fused with a Steelix, and that's everything I needed to know for today. That is okay. What's that right there? That looks like a Steelix fused with a Skarmory. There is a Flygon fused with a Dusclops back there. That has a Parasect with a Muck on top of it, and you can't convince me otherwise. That is
I'm not gonna try to. Don't worry.
uh, there is a Mew fused with an Alakazam. That's cool. Oh, there's just some. You know what? We're gonna go into properties. Let's go to properties. Let's figure this out together. Uh,
As a team.
yeah. Okay, so no, we're not. We don't want that. I wonder if I can force a compatibility layer. Oh, isn't that special? We can't. Okay, team. I give up.
It's okay. We give up as a team.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and log out. I think allegedly. I really have to start saying allegedly now. By the way, because apparently Nintendo started going after the people that were posting that they're playing Tears of the Kingdom on their Steam Deck.
Poor guys. Poor guys.
Now, in I don't yeah, they were pirating game, and Nintendo has the right to go after them. Uh, I'm not defending Nintendo, but what a bunch of idiots! Just basically baiting the one company that I would not screw with.
I mean, the one company that has way too much money and is willing to use it to.
Yeah, if I had to wave, if I had to wave in a company's face that I stole some one of their games, and
Yeah, probably best
I don't,
idea.
I don't even know who would be at the top of the list. Probably I don't know. Does EA care?
They probably. I mean, they're probably the employers do. The employees, poor guys. They don't pay them enough.
Yeah, I actually tried to play Jedi Survivor because if you have the $15 a month membership, you basically get every EA game for included in that membership, and you can play it on your PC.
Yeah.
And that game is still so unoptimized on PC.
I mean, have they fixed it for the other consoles?
Oh, the other consoles like PS5, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think PS5 runs 60. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
Because I
uh,
remember
I,
when it dropped. I mean, it was just not working on like anything.
yeah, it works now. I've seen gameplay of people playing the PS5 version, and it looks perfectly fine. Okay, now we're getting an emulator working allegedly. Uh, allegedly. Got to enable the cheats. Oh my god! So what I was just doing there is I've been playing the Switch for so long and not the Steam Deck that I was hitting the A button instead of the B button.
God, that just reminded me of playing Japanese games on the on the
Oh yeah,
PlayStation.
yep. I did that too. I would go. I imported. So Ultimate Ninja Heroes didn't have an Ultimate Ninja Heroes Ultimate Ninja Heroes one in the United States
Yeah.
was not the Ultimate Ninja Heroes one that came out in Japan. I don't think that version of the game ever came out anywhere other than maybe the US and Europe. But the one that Japan got looked really cool, and it was out way before Naruto game on the PSP in the US. So I
Yeah.
imported it, and I wanted to bang my head into the wall because I was like, it keeps booting me out to the menu, and I can't get into the game. And finally, I went and Googled it, and they're like, "No, you idiot! It's backwards."
Yeah. It took. I think it was. I think one of some of the Ultimate Ninja games for the PlayStation. I think were the same thing, and I just kind of go. It took me a while to get used to it.
Yeah, I actually tried the same thing for it was Clash of the. I imported a copy of Clash of Ninja 2 because it came out again like a year before it came out in the US, and I went and Googled and I saw how many characters were in the second one compared to the first one because the first one only had like 8 characters in it,
Yeah, it was
and
really short.
and I saw that there was they had I want to say they had put like at least 20 characters in two. So I was like, oh my god, me and my friends would love to play this because we would always get together with the GameCube and we'd just have tournaments, taking turns picking between 8 fighters. And when the second game came out in Japan, I was like, I've got to get this, and I did not know that the GameCube was region locked. So when the game it took a really long time to come in, and I
Yeah.
remember when the game finally did come in, I tried so hard. I was just literally just sitting trying to get it to work, and it wouldn't work. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I didn't think to Google it because I was like, it should just work.
Yeah.
And when I finally did Google it back then, people lied on the internet a lot. I'll never forget that Mystic Heroes is game on GameCube and PlayStation 2. Uh, Basically, there was this lie going around where if you did a certain amount, like you did like a certain thing, you would
Yeah.
unlock new campaigns with like characters that could not be played as. Like there's like four characters you could play as, and there was like this rumor going around that if you did a certain amount of things that you could play as these four other characters, and they had like these like really detailed like that people wrote down. They went through all the trouble to write these fake stories of like how their campaigns went, and it was just never a thing. It was never real. And between that and somebody lying to me and saying there was a Super Knuckles campaign in Sonic Adventure One, that was when I quit trusting the internet.
Wait, what's thing for Sonic Adventure One?
There was a thing going around on the internet where if you completed all of the other campaigns, and there was like there was another part of it I can't remember right now. But basically, the lie was that there was another campaign you could unlock after the Super Sonic campaign where you played as Super Knuckles.
Oh, nice one,
And
nice one.
I think what it was is you had to like 100% that like all of the other campaigns, and I went and I did it. I 100% in every campaign, and the feeling of loss when I got back to the main menu and there was no Super Knuckles campaign. I literally want to go back to there and I was like, you people lied to me. And then that like added with the Mystic Heroes lie, I was just like, I can't trust anybody anymore.
Oh, poor boy. That just reminded me of whenever I was like, when I didn't know how shiny Pokemon worked, and I looked up in the internet. Oh, you can find the shiny Pokemon here. I was like, okay, so I have to go there to find it. And
Dude,
no.
Dude, I never caught a shiny Pokemon before until I played Legends Arceus. I got so many shiny Pokemon in that game because the gameplay loop is to basically go through the same areas over and over and over and over and
I
over.
mean, they did increase the shiny. They have increased the shiny rate in newer games.
Oh, when I tell you that I caught like five shinies in a 30-minute time frame, I'm not kidding.
I believe you.
And another thing that they did to kind of increase your chances of finding one is in the new Pokemon games, there's no random encounters anymore. You can see everything. So like you could see a shiny Pokemon from a mile away and run your little happy ass over to it.
Nah, I did it. I did it when it was difficult.
Yeah, see, when it was still difficult, I never found one. I thought it was a myth.
I found what? Okay, what do I have? I have a shiny Pumpkaboo because I
What?
was. It was cutest thing. I was so happy when I found it.
He's a cute little boy.
Yeah, I got him whenever I was. I don't know if you remember, but I did a living dex until Sun and Moon.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I was trying to get like all the little different size Pumpkaboos at that time, and he just kind of popped up. I was like so happy. And then from Ruby, I had a shiny Oddish that I kept transferring over.
Oh man. Uh, I always liked Vileplume. Uh, Whenever
It
like
is
I
shiny
have a
Vileplume now.
Oh yeah, I figured it would be. I just remember like I've always liked the design of Vileplume, and I used them a lot in Pokemon Stadium One, which I actually played not that long ago, allegedly. Oh wait, no. I don't have to say allegedly. It's on Switch Online. Yeah, it's on Switch Online. Which you got, I will say, if I could take one thing out of the Nintendo handbook that they did right with the Switch and apply it to the Steam Deck, I would absolutely put uh, an OLED screen on my Steam Deck if I could.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
The OLED screen is especially like in Tears of the Kingdom when you go to the underground levels. Basically, there are these holes in the Hyrule open map that you jump into, and you fall for a really long time. Like it's a pretty lengthy fall,
All right.
and when you're going down, you start seeing less and less light, obviously, and more of the underground section and like all the red lights down there, and it is just a beautiful experience on the Switch OLED, and I'm
It
glad that
sounds like a nice transition.
it's uh it's just something that I'm glad I'm not like these other pirates out here putting it on the Steam Deck like a bunch of bad people. Who would do that?
I don't know.
Certainly
People are
not.
so bad these days.
I will say that people have like on regular PCs, they've gotten to run at 60 frames per second.
They go what?
They've got it running at 60 frames per second on like
Oh yeah,
gaming
obviously.
PCs. And like the thing is like we do not condone piracy. We don't do it, but it's pretty cool.
I don't condone this bad thing, but it's badass.
I don't condone this bad thing, but it's kind of cool.
And
Oh
don't do
man,
drugs, kids.
yeah, don't do drugs. They're bad. Okay.
They're really bad, but they feel good.
But they're bad.
But they're bad.
They're bad.
We're sending good
People
message to those children.
People are gonna be listening to this. Are drugs bad or good? I don't know. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Thanks for joining me, Leo, and we'll
Thanks
talk
for
about Resident Evil next
randomly
time,
talking
baby.
about Pokemon.
Bye, buddy.
See ya, man.